strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Welcome back, everybody. We've got some more Splinterlands content here today. Today, I'm going to look at my top 10 favorite Gladiator cards. I'm going to attempt to rank them number 10 up through number 1 based on the cards at level 1. So these are going to be their base level cards. That's because a lot of people do not have these leveled up. They're pretty hard to get. A lot of you might not have them at all. And why do even the whales not have these cards maxed out? Because they are actually soulbound. You cannot buy them. Gladiator cards are earned from guild brawls. Those are the guild battles that you do when you join a guild, and you get merits for participating in guild brawls, which you can go use to open Gladius cases. Those are like packs. Those are your packs to get the Gladiator cards. And they are soulbound. You cannot buy or sell them. The only way to get them is by opening from these packs. And they're earned at a pretty slow rate, so it's going to be a long process for people to actually get all of these. So we're going to take a look at them at base level. And based on the experience that I've had, we're going to go and I'm going to attempt to rank them number 10 through number 1. And we'll see how we can do. So let's take a look. Let's start out. At number 10, we have Larissa Kerato. I am guaranteed to pronounce every single one of these names wrong, so let's just go with it and pretend I know what I'm talking about, okay? So, alright, before we really get into the actual list, there is one ability here that I need to talk about, because if you guys are not familiar with Gladiator cards, they all have a special ability, and that is Bloodlust. That is the second ability there on the right. The red ability there is Bloodlust. Whenever a Gladiator card defeats another monster, when it gets the killing blow, it gains +1 to its attacks, +1 speed, and +1 health. So it can really ramp up. It can get more powerful as the battle goes along. So my focus on these cards, the ones I like the best, are the ones that I feel like are most likely to get killing blows. Whether it's just having high attack, or in this case we have a double strike. We have a magical double strike. And that's why I really like this one. You're going to see a couple of these types of cards in here. By attacking twice, you have a increased chance to get a kill. You can have a chance to, sometimes you can get 2 kills in a single turn, and that can really ramp up the damage. And by attacking twice, whenever your attack increases by 1, it's like it really increases by 2. So here, she's at number 10 on the list because two attack twice, so you basically got 4 magical attack for 7 damage, because that's a double strike, means you attack twice, if anybody's not familiar with that. 4 attack for 7 mana isn't all that great. It's not terrible, but then with 2 speed and 3 health, nothing really overwhelming. But if you just get 1 kill, then it jumps up from 4 attack to 6 attack. And now you're at 6 attack for 7 mana, and that's looking pretty good. Gaining more speed, gaining more health, and then you've really got a chance for things to snowball. So that's why I like these cards with this double attack here. Number 6, Tatiana Blayde. The names are kind of cool, even if I can't pronounce half of them. So we've got a similar thing here. So 1 extra mana, a little more attack. You've got 2 attack and 3 attack. So a dual attack here. 5 speed, 5 health, getting a little faster here. And close range, so you can attack with that range as you get up front. Now the downside with this card, it's got a little better stats overall, but a lot of times you can't use melee in the back line. So the only way to attack twice for her is to have her up front. But then she's only got 5 health, so she's not a great tank. But there are a lot of situations where you can use her. If you've got melee, can attack from anywhere. If you've got where melee have sneak, where everybody has opportunity. If you have where health is equalized for everybody, and you can give her a lot more health, so maybe she can be up front. There are a lot of situations where she can get those dual attacks in, and again, it ramps up very, very quickly. And you don't want her to get a couple of kills in from the back line and then come up front where she can still attack twice, and she can be very, very deadly. So it's a very similar concept there, just with 2 different forms of attack instead of a double strike. At number 8, we've got Chimney Wallstop. Just has a bunch of damage. 5 damage, good health, some armor, and can attack from the second position. So the one thing I like about high attack here is that you can still get that melee in from the second spot. And that's going to allow him to maybe get a couple kills in and ramp up his damage. Putting a tank in, like there's one card out there that's got similar stats but doesn't have that reach. And the downside there is a lot of times the tank is the first one to fall, right? So I want these, with this Bloodlust, I want these cards to be able to hang around a little bit longer. So by being more of a secondary tank that can still attack, I really like it. Now the 1 speed can be a problem. That 1 speed can absolutely be a downfall. Trying to actually land, though, that 5 damage, that high damage attack can sometimes be tough. So that's why he's not quite as high up on the list as another similar card, which you'll see here very, very shortly. Number 7, we've got Whistling Damon. Just a low mana card. 2 attack for 3 mana. It has the snipe in, so you can try to snipe out a character. A very, very solid card. You actually see this one used quite a bit because it's low mana and it's easy to fit in. And again, having that snipe can be pretty solid to try and go around an attacker. So not necessarily an overwhelming card, but at low mana, it's nice to have a card that you can get in fairly easily. And Death has a few snipe cards that have decent range damage. So you can kind of synergize there with some of those other mid to low mana death cards. Okay, I said we were gonna see another attacker with reach. Here we go. We've got Marisol Contuma, and a very similar situation, but we don't have quite as much attack, but we've got more speed, so you can land it. Actually, a little bit better survivability, not quite as much mana. So I like that extra speed, making sure you can land those attacks. And that can absolutely be very solid. It's a similar thing. We've kind of already talked about it. I just like the stats on this one a little bit better. At number 5, I can't count. I saw the 6 mana is what I saw. 6 mana. We've got Katrelba Gobson with 2 attack with a double strike, and I like the double strike plus sneak. Because you really have the chance to pick off some of those weaker monsters at the back. Play that at the right time, you can start getting like double sneak kills back there, and it can really, really ramp up. So this is a card I really like for reasons we've kind of already talked about. But I like the sneak in there with the double attack. Still kind of slow and low health, so you have to protect her a little bit. But I do really, really like her. Orella, we've got kind of a similar situation here, just no double strike, but 2 attack for 2 mana. So I like having low mana options. And we've got fire here too. That also gives for some very good synergy because you can use it with Jotun and have blast, and then that can really ramp up the damage. If you can get some, again, multi-kills in there can be very good. Blast is very, very, I love blast anyways, but then when you add blast in with the bloodlust and have a chance to ramp it up, it can be even nicer. So just a very nice card. You've got some fire summoners that can add in some, you can add in some extra attack, you can get piercing. There's a lot of different things that we can do here. So similar concept, just a different way to go about it. Speaking of blast, here we go. This is like a Ruler of the Seas type card. You've got 6 mana for water with 2 magical blast attack. And yeah, only 2 attack for 6 mana. Sometimes if you're not getting the most out of blast can be troublesome, but I mean, you run it with a magic summoner that can increase your magic damage by 1. That's very common with water cards, right? Running it with Ulrich, running it with Valnamore, or I mean, any of those things where you've got like, okay, if everybody's got opportunity, or where magic characters have snipe, and you can really split out that blast damage, you can ramp up and start to get multiple kills, or just have an increased chance at getting kills because you're hitting multiple characters, and it can work very, very well. I love blast and bloodlust. It's a very nice combination. On to number 2 here, we have Fina Voxom Opportunity. I love my opportunity cards, and this is a really solid one. For only 5 mana, you're gonna get 3 opportunity attack, 4 speed, 7 health, so some decent stats there. What better way to get defeats, to kill other monsters, than to have opportunity, where you'll attack the weakest one? That's a great way to go out and get kills and just ramp up your stats. I absolutely love this card. But not as much as I like the final card on this list. We have Quora Towershead, and you know what? The best way for me to show how much I like this card is to simply show it to you in action. So let's flip over here and let's show you guys a battle. Look at what this card can do when paired with Llama. Let's let it roll here. And you guys are going to get to see Bloodlust at its finest. We've got Last Stand here. Look at all of that health. Look at you've got a total of 6 damage. Oh wait, you've got a total of 8 damage. And you guys know where this is going, right? Look at these, look at these double kills. 1 on Chicken, bye-bye Chicken, up to 5 damage. Uh-oh, bye-bye Brownie, we're up to 6 damage times 2. And it's just going to keep on scaling as the website tries to load during my battle. Man, I mean, you're just getting, like, what are you supposed to do at this point? You're not getting through anything like that. We've got 16 damage. Hydra, can you take 16 damage? No, you cannot. You can't take half of that. Finishing up, look at where we're finishing up. 9, 11 speed. What was it, like 26 health or something crazy? Absolute destruction right there. And that is why that is my favorite Gladiator card. It's Llama Kron, Llama Flesh Golem on steroids. I absolutely love it. So let me know what you guys thought of this. What cards did I leave out that you think should be in there? Which ones maybe did you just disagree with the order? Do you like to use better? There's a lot going on there, and I've got experience with a lot of them, but I actually don't own all of the Gladiator cards yet. haven't even pulled all of them once. So I pulled some pretty good cards, and I've got a few myself. Obviously, I've got my favorite one, but I'm still lacking on a bunch. So I certainly haven't tried them all. They're so much fun though. If you guys have a chance to get into a guild, I highly recommend it. I know guilds are very, very expensive right now, so it's kind of rough to try and be able to get one, to create one yourself. But if you can get in and start playing some of these guild brawls and use some of these Gladiator cards. Remember, you cannot use these Gladiator cards in ranked matches or in tournaments. These can only be earned in guilds, and they can only be used when you're in guild battles. So it's not something to take to ranked play or anything like that, because these guys are pretty powerful. You saw how crazy that Bloodlust ability is. Now, normally we're not pairing it with Last Stand and doing things like that, but you can still, like, even just any of your other monsters can still ramp up damage in that same form, and it can really get nuts. So they're fun to play with. They are a lot of fun to play with, and they completely change the game, which makes it fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's not anything you can go take out to buy cards with or anything like that. It's just a fun thing. You can't control which ones you collect or anything like that, but it's fun to look at and just kind of a fun thing to do. So I thought I'd have fun with it, and hey, that's the best part, right? I love having fun at my job, so we got to do things like this sometimes. Thank you very much. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow on my live stream back here on YouTube. We're bringing the live streams back to YouTube. I'll see you then.